buy one of those. All right, so we're gonna do some like really like roughing. We're gonna rough out where he's going to sit on the canvas, and then we'll go back in and we'll sort of we'll finalize things. So this is where his head is going to be. He has a shoulder and this shoulder pad thing. His arm comes down. He has a hand. The barrel of his gun. Scope. And he's got this shield stuff here. He's got this cape. So, like I said, we'll rough this out for a little bit. Just get the basic geometry going of where he's going to sit, and then this way I'll know that when I start coming in and getting into more details, I won't be like completely off of the the page. We could probably make him a little bit bigger, so we'll keep this roughed out like this, and then so a big part of this is just trying to get. I'm still really trying to get used to drawing on. Well, I haven't drawn really in years, but just trying to get used to drawing on tablets and digitally. I definitely miss the feel of paper. And the boots. I hate shoes. So bad at feet. But this works out really well. Actually, now that I'm starting to get used to the layers, I think for sketching, I sort of like this program a little bit better. Like the pens feel more like pens. I was using another program, Clipbook, which was really more for comic booky stuff. And I've seen some like amazing looking sketches done with Sketchbook, so I'm interested in seeing what I can do. I mean that's a good proportion on the page. I just want to make sure like he has this flow. I want to get this like this flow in here a little bit better, and get his crotch in. Unfortunately, I got to get that in. I used to I went to art school at Florida State University, which, if you know anything about art schools, Florida State isn't even in like the top 100. And in the class was this guy. I'll never forget him. I became good friends with him. He he was there because he wanted to go to business school, but he also wanted to party a lot. So he basically wound up in the art school. It was actually kind of funny because a lot of so FSU is really known for its football team, and all these football players wound up in the art program because the art program was the only place where you didn't need a minimum GPA. So he was in there, and a bunch of other football players, and and he couldn't draw to save his fucking life. Just could not draw, and nor did he even try. He just drew like stick figures and birthday hats on people. Like every drawing had a birthday hat, and it was so great. Meanwhile, I'd be like sitting there trying to draw these like, really accurate looking, still lives and figure drawings and stuff. And here he is with a little birthday hat, and the teacher would, the teacher could never say no. Like, oh no, it's art, man. It's like, it's the one funny thing about art is that anything could be art, unfortunately. This barrel has like multiple. All right, so I mean, this is sort of getting me where I need to be, and then we'll go in and we'll tighten this stuff up. It's still a little bit sloppy. I tell you, man, it does feel good to have this in blue. So the actor who played or did the sound of Boba Fett just recently passed away. He was supposed to be Boba Fett was supposed to be like this much bigger character in the Star Wars universe, and he really didn't have much of a part. I'm gonna have to really work on that face. He has a very distinctive helmet. Wasn't he the reason for the clone army? Hey, clones. Yeah, when they made those really awful prequels, he wasn't his father was the clone. He is a clone of his father. Who knows? I'm always fascinated by how much of that wound up just getting pulled out of George Lucas's ass. Like, when he shot the original ones, did he really have that much in mind? I mean, but it's so light on details. Like when you watch like episodes 4 through 6, like they don't mention any of that crap. I mean, for good reason, right? Because like just. I mean, I guess he never even thought that he was going to be able to make that many. But I don't know. I don't know why. Like sometimes this wants to move, and sometimes this does not want to move. Move as in the canvas scrolling. So and he has this like gigantic rocket on his back, as if that is an acceptable thing to be carrying into battle. Live ordnance strapped to your back. So now I got to start watching more. Boy, did George Lucas get lucky. With some really good people working on the first one they made. I think a lot of people working on that movie to make sure that George Lucas didn't screw it up. Because the other ones weren't really directed by him, and they were great. And then when he came back and he's like, I'm going to do all the remakes, and they were awful. He's such a bitter, angry person, too. It sucks. It's like you create this gigantic, amazing thing, and then you ruin it, and then everyone hates you for ruining it, and you can't get over it. Like, it's, who knows? I mean, we say it lightly, like, oh, how hard could it be to like not screw this up? But he definitely did screw up those movies. It's mostly the actors were just really terrible. The whoever the kid was that played Anakin, or the guy, whatever that actor was, he was terrible. He was like the worst. Such a whiny, annoying. Like, it's just the thing that really annoyed me the most with the. I mean, even Jar Jar Binks doesn't even annoy me that much. What really annoys me is that you have this okayish story about him becoming Darth Vader, but he's such a whiny little brat that it doesn't make sense. Like, you'd imagine, the person who wipes out all the Jedis would also be the kid who's like, pulling wings off of bugs and stuff as a kid. Well, I don't know what that button did, but whatever that did, it just was annoying. Whoa. I don't want that. Hide. How do I get rid of that? Was that a ruler? Or... Okay. Oh, I see. Ruler, alright. Cool. Anyways, whatever. It's well documented how much he screwed up those movies, and it's over. I was actually watching the Clone Wars again, and the animation is so awful. I couldn't even watch the Clone Wars. I was trying to make it through it again. It's so bad. That whole thing, the new one, the Star Wars Rebels, is great. Disney knows what the hell they're doing. Like, they just get entertainment like nobody else. I mean, I'm on like burnout from those. I'm on burnout from the all the Marvel comic movies. Although they couldn't do well, I don't think. Yeah, I was gonna say like the Wolverine ones were terrible, but I think that was Sony. But yeah, Disney's got that stuff on lockdown, and they're doing a great job with it. Even if they're like, a little repetitive, but they've got it such a well-oiled machine. All right, so since this is way more like how I would normally sketch, I'm just going to keep going in here and like fine-tuning all these lines until I feel like I'm happy with them. Then I'll come in and we'll go over it with like a marker or something. And where did these lines come from? This is the problem with like the multi-touch stuff. Like, it just doesn't understand. Two fingers, stylus, like, it just, look at that. Why is this all screwed up here? Whatever. I mean, it doesn't matter because these are all just raw lines anyways. It just looks stupid. It looks like I didn't know what the hell I was doing, or I was like drunk or something. There's a YouTube video that points out all the horror stuff. Yeah, oh yeah, those YouTube videos where the guy pulls apart everything that doesn't make sense is so funny. But that's like Star Wars. Like there was another post about like the new movie and like all the crap that doesn't make sense in that. And it's like, I mean, come on, man. These aren't like the new Star Wars movie was really entertaining. It doesn't make any sense. But then again, like the whole concept of being like all of these people who can, like, you know, you fly to another planet, get off the airplane, and all of a sudden everything is like, oh yeah, like there's no problem whatsoever. Like gravity doesn't affect you. The food, the climate. I mean, come on. Like I travel for a living, and it takes me like a good day to just adjust to another time zone. I mean, could you imagine like going to another freaking planet? All right, so I don't know. I wonder if this just counts as my sketch. I'm feeling like I want to move on with my night. Come on. I mean, honestly, this is just a sketch a day. It doesn't have to be this perfect thing. I think that looks actually pretty cool. I don't know. So I was debating. I'll take a quick break while I think through what I want to do. I don't know. We want to call this a day, my sketch. I was debating starting my New Year's resolution of playing every Zelda tonight. It's 9 o'clock. I also want to play Star Wars. I've been grinding in that. I might just... I don't know. How long have I been streaming for? Oh, why does this not tell me how long I've been streaming for? I don't know. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to call this my sketch. I'll tell you what. Let's try one last thing. Let's just see. Let's just see what would happen if I came in here and started. Why does that feel so weird? Why is that only happening? Hold on. There we go. I want the thicker line. What do these ones do? So like really bleeding markers. I don't know if I like that. I like this one. So, I mean, a lot of the time, weighting these lines will give you these really nice, my arm posture is weaker than the figure. Yeah. What do you want from me? Such a critic, man. Everyone's got an opinion. I know these aren't like my best drawings ever. I'm like really rusty, which is sort of annoying. My hope is that doing this over the next year will get me maybe a fraction of where I was before. I mean, I haven't really drawn in years. But this feels really good. I like this. Whoops. I like these pens, and I like Sketchbook Pro. This makes me happy. Jesse, past Jesse. Clones is saying I feel very high. I think very highly of past Jesse. Well, I was a very good artist. I've been drawing since I was like really young. In like third grade, I started winning awards and stuff. So, I'm validated. I really liked ink a lot. Ink and charcoal were like my thing. I will never get anything that feels like either ink or charcoal in this, unfortunately. There's just like no way that it'll ever give me that feeling. There's something so nice about being able to I'm glad I did this instead of copping out half-ass and just calling it a night. There's something really great about just the feeling of charcoal on paper and being able to smear it. There's one piece of definition we just need to add here. We'll tighten up these lines here. I don't know. I really love the look of the blue pencil with the black outline and having it be like really sketchy. I think once I pull that out without any color or depth, I'm not a big fan of like I've never like I like inking, but I never really been a. I mean, that'll look cool. Let's see. All right, so this area was giving me some trouble. I don't like any of that line. So what are you up to these days, clones? Anything good? That's like crap. One thing I don't like is that the eraser is not very sharp. Lost my line. Ugh. There's like a bunch of stuff on this thing. Could fix that curve. It's funny, it's like I feel like I've gotten so lazy with like when you did ink, it's like if you messed up, that's it. You're done. But here I can just sit here and redo this as many times as I want until I get this right. Here we go. I think I'm going to use some artistic license here and just cut his knee pads down a bit. Probably a good time to save. Let's sketch a day. What is this today? This is 1, 2, 7, 2016, right? Today's the 7th. And we're going to call this Fett. Alright, let's see here. This is sort of going on longer than I wanted, but it looks pretty good. Practice, practice, practice. Da, 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 da. Why does it keep... I gotta get that glove. I gotta get that stupid glove so that I don't keep screwing up the scene. Alright, let's get this foot in place here. Alright, so we got his feet in place, his legs in place. Next up is, let's get these arms in. These weaker arms, as Clones pointed out. Clones, watch me not care. It's too much. I want to move on. I want to go play some games tonight. Oh, God, why did it do that? This little satchel bag isn't... It's going to be a little problematic, but not much. The stuff isn't meeting up where it's supposed to. His leg. His leg needs to come out more. Ah. It's the base of the rocket pack there. And, alright, let's see. Let's get this shoulder plate in. How did I go to red? What just happened? All right, so he has this paneling that comes out below it that leads into his arm. And this comes out into here. So we get a little bit of that definition of his arm. And we get these pipes that come out. We'll tighten up some of this in here. This piece and this piece don't actually meet up. This goes all the way down, along with this, it goes down, and then above it is this piece, which is, let's see, there's his arm, the armor for his arm, and that comes back around here. That's sort of annoying. One, this whole line is really bad, and two, it's coming out right where I don't want it. I want this thing to have its own definition. And I did that on, I messed that up too. It should be here. This comes out here. And this comes out to here. And this here meet. These angles are wrong. All right, there we go. Getting there. The only problem is I've got these like lines all over the damn place from a hand. Oh. I forgot how long drawing takes. Let's get this cape going. So this cape doesn't do that at all. Cape comes down here, comes out here, comes out here with a rip. I want to undo that line. Just want to give this a little bit more of a, like, whoops, oh, don't do that. Like when this comes into here, it meets the fold. Not what I wanted. There we go. Oh, look at that line just showing up out of nowhere. Thank you. Do, 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 do. All right, so these little things are driving me nuts. It's almost like smearing ink on my drawing. All right. So this is like his armor, which meets underneath that. All right, let's get Wanted to add like a little bit of definition into this armor. So you get like this nice focal point. So there are two pieces that make up this armor. And it comes around here. And it meets closer to here, giving this little bump. All right. I want to get rid of that. We'll have this and this meet here, and this meets here. How do I save while I'm... Alright, hey, what's up? Quite the stream tonight. In a good way or a bad way. Not many people want to watch me draw, apparently. But that's fine. I don't do it for you guys, I do it for me. I'm so cynical. I always feel like, anytime anyone makes a comment, I always take it like as if it's a bad comment. Ugh. All right, so the most important part of this entire drawing rests in his face. Because this is such an iconic mask. Is it quiet? Nothing bad there. I thought I said quite this stream tonight. Yeah, it's a very quiet stream. No one's really talking, and I'm deep in that part of my brain that just wants to draw and honestly get this one over with. This is dragging on longer than I wanted it to. It's fine. It's just... I feel like that needs to be down more. Man, would I have given anything to be able to erase ink like this when I used to draw? Can tell when I'm really concentrating, when I'm just totally quiet. Double negative positive, right? I just got the I have years of experience. Like, ugh, I feel like I screwed up his face, but I just at this point I'm just rushing through because I want to get this over with. And I already did that a little too aggressive. There's also that part of like, I suffer from this the worst, like that artist mentality of where it's like, oh, I hate everything I do. Like there's a brief moment where it's therapeutic. See, what I should have done is I should have stopped when it was just blue outlines and not inked them in. So I passed that point of no return where it's no longer therapeutic, and now this just feels like a job. Like I can't stop. I just got to get this done. I think from now on, I'm just going to stay more sketches. Maybe if I come up with sketches that I think are really worth it, I will. If I come up with sketches that I think are really worth it, I'll come back and maybe spend some time inking it in. All right. It's not that bad. Let's try to get the rest of his head in here. We're almost near the finish line. All right, and then his iconic eyepiece thing. Too much. Oh! What just happened there? You don't think that's an artist in every aspect of life? This is splash art. Judy, no, this is me drawing. Every day I want to just do a little sketch and keep practicing. I didn't really do a lot of digital drawing. So I want to I just want to do some drawing each day. Alright, so now we just got to get this gun in. I was sort of dreading... the gun. It's got some very sharp angles that I'm not very good at drawing. Thanks. You feel like zooming out for me. How great is that? Let's get this hand in here. And then this barrel of the gun. This would have been a good place to use some sort of perspective tool. Right now I'm just winging it, which is always a really good way to screw it up. Problem is I made this barrel a little too short. And his hand isn't going where it's supposed to. Ah! Oh. Wait, Judy, are you Paul's wife? I was trying to figure out why the name sounded familiar. Yeah, I'm writing a, nice to meet you. Paul is off in, CES land. Exciting stuff. I'm writing a book on game development. So, it'll be, I don't know, maybe like the 5th one I've written. So I was doing a little bit of on Twitch. He told me that you were also doing your book on Twitch. So how's that going? I see he's gotten you onto the Twitch bandwagon. Oh my god, I want nothing more than to be done with this gun. Sometimes I like when I go like an art museum or something, I like trying to find the part of the painting where the artist just basically gave up and just wanted to be done with it. For me, that would be the gun, right about here. tell where I'm just like making up stuff on the gun. All right. I feel like I've succeeded. Writing a cyberpunk Robin Hood. Yeah, I feel like I thought I saw. I guess I saw it from the description. Yeah, my books are published. I've worked with 2 different publishers. I've done 3 books with 2 different publishers. I did 2 books that are self-published. Mostly, I've gone from books, and now I've been doing a lot of training courses. I find they're a lot easier than books. So, and I'm now taking one of my other books and re-updating it and repurposing it and turning it into a. I'm going to do it through a publisher. I did well self-publishing, all things considered. The good thing about self-publishing is you don't have to sell a lot of them since you get all the money. But it's a lot of work to keep promoting it, and I don't want to spend that time. Yeah, chat is interesting. It could bring a lot to it, or it could totally derail anything you're doing. All right, well, I'm calling it done on this. Let me taking a little picture for Instagram. I need to get a light for my desk. So I will make that a priority. Why do I not have HDR on? I'm gonna get I guess I'm gonna get a light from my desk and that silly glove thing I need to wear so I don't keep, screwing up the screen. And let's take a screenshot of this guy here. Then the real question is, what do I play for the rest of the night? I think I'm gonna just go back to Star Wars. I was actually doing